Hi, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my NXT review, the go-home show before NXT TakeOver War Games this Sunday. But before we do begin off with this review, unfortunately, I'm sure everybody knows that today, Pat Patterson passed away at the age of 79 years old. I believe he had a battle with cancer, to what I've read. I don't know how long he had it, but like I said, I read he died today, and very, very sad. Basically, NXT held a moment of silence. The roster, staff, Triple H, DX right there standing in the front and whatnot. Basically doing a moment of silence before doing a video package for Pat Patterson of Frank Sinatra's My Way, with him singing it also. Basically, like I said, just a montage of just him with other wrestlers and throughout his wrestling career before, the crowd started to chant, "Thank you, Pat." I will say this about Pat Patterson, just my memories of him. Listen, I do know, yes, he was the first ever Intercontinental Champion and helped, he did create the Royal Rumble match also. Listen, I don't know a lot of Pat Patterson's work, from the 80s or beforehand. When I started watching wrestling in the Attitude Era, I just knew Pat Patterson mostly for him and Gerald Briscoe being the stooges to Vince McMahon most of the time, and always getting beat up or trying to win the Hardcore Championship and whatnot. And I know Pat Patterson, like I say, helped a lot of guys in the back, produced it, especially in NXT and everything. So very sad news. Listen, I'm not going to go into, I'm sure a lot of people brought it up also about the whole Ring Boy scandal and whatnot, but I'm not going to go into that right now. So that's all I just wanted to say. This is my little small memories. Like I said, it was mostly in the Attitude Era when he was with McMahon, being one of the stooges and whatnot. I know he was like one of Vince's like personal right hand men also in the company to this date, also all the way up to his death and everything. So yeah, rest in peace, Pat Patterson. That was a very nice tribute that they did at the beginning of the show. So that was really good. Next though, after that, they had Johnny Gargano on commentary, which we had Damian Priest and Leon Ruff versus Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar and Raul Mendoza. Since I guess they had something going on in the back earlier today and whatnot. I will say this. Gargano is actually pretty funny on commentary. I will give him that. Really talk about Ghostface a lot throughout this entire match. Not a bad tag match. Like I said, hypes up for Sunday. Kind of find it odd that they're just kind of feeding the Cruiserweight title out there. Even though Santos didn't take the pinfall, they're just throwing Legado del Fantasma out there just because and whatnot. And I already said this before, they don't really have nobody in the Cruiserweight division, so I guess they're just throwing Legado del Fantasma into anything. Basically, they look like, I don't want to call them enhancement talent all the way or whatnot, but that's kind of what they were, just so, they can build the whole Gargano, Ruff, and Priest thing going on. Damian Priest hit the Reckoning, and then Ruff tagged himself in to hit a big splash and whatnot onto Mendoza for the win. So I don't know why they didn't throw any other tag team out there other than Legado del Fantasma. You thought they were protecting these guys. They had a whole video package last week protecting these guys. And talk about the Cruiserweight division. So what? You had nobody else to throw out there, but we had to throw them out there for some reason. Kind of strange, if you ask me. Next, though, they had a highlight package, or like a special video package on the Undisputed Era, which they were in the back of a limo. They had suits on. They were going to a restaurant, and we had our backs against the wall before, but now it's the time to reflect and remind ourselves how they got there. Fish says, "All right, I'm done with reflecting. I want to kick some ass." And basically, they wanted to have a toast to Pat McAfee for being smart and incredibly stupid at the same time. So, yeah, folks, we had the Undisputed Era at a restaurant. I didn't know they had a restaurant open in Florida during... Well, it's Florida, folks, so they open anything during this damn virus and whatnot. They don't give a fuck, but... That's Florida for you. But after that, though, Cameron Grimes went against Austin Gray, which for some reason he looks like a guy straight out of the 70s for some reason. I don't know why. But Cameron Grimes just ended up getting the win, hitting the cave in on him. He basically started kind of promoting, talking about, holding the strap. And I know he hit Austin Gray in the head with it and whatnot. And I basically left him on the ground and, started gloating everything until Dexter Lumis came in since he had the strap on. And, basically they were trying to fight for the strap and everything. Lumis had got him with it. And Grimes ended up, just rolling up out of there, getting away. So, yeah, folks, they're still building this Grimes and Dexter thing for Sunday, okay? Yeah, the strap match. We'll see what happens with that, folks. We will definitely see what happens. I'm sick of this feud. Jake Atlas went against Tony. I didn't even know Tony Nese was still there. Jake Atlas got the win, and I know he had an interview right after, basically talking about, it's just been a step back, but now it's time to step forward, and he's still going after that cruiserweight title. You barely have a cruiserweight division right now. They talk about he beat a former cruiserweight champion, Tony Nese, which, wow, I didn't know Tony Nese was still existing on here. So I guess they're still building Jake Atlas for that title. I don't know who else you got in this division. Escobar beat them all. So, dude, this division is dead, okay? They have nobody to face, all right? Santos has nobody to face. That's why I even said last week when they showed that guy, some dude from 205 Live, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, you don't have anybody with the division. And they're like, oh, Tony Nese is back. Where the hell's he been? What? I don't know. I don't watch 205 Live, so I don't know what they're doing with the cruiserweight division. It's just not in a good place, and I guess Jake Atlas is still going for the belts. Next, Team McAfee came out. Pat McAfee basically, talked about Vic Joseph. He's stupid. He sucks, and he should shut up. Why does he hate this guy so much? I have no idea. And then he talked about he wanted to pay his respects to Pat Patterson, which he had the utmost respect for. But then it was time to turn to the opposite, which he did not have respect for the fans at the Capitol Wrestling Center. That, the Undisputed Era want to go into a restaurant and, just go with the little rental tuxes and cheap Italian restaurant and whatnot. Basically talk about all these marked fans and everything. And, you want to talk about nostalgia and whatnot. And basically this team was brought together by money, and this was proven to be a nice investment, even though one person could not make it here right now, which, Rich Holland is hurt. Pat talked about, this crew has run roughshod through NXT. We've gone through everybody, and, talk about how Pete Dunne's been the longest reigning NXT UK champion, and, talked about, hey, we're the ones running this place and whatnot. Basically kind of talk about the masked man, which he said it wasn't himself. It was some guy, looks good, but he said he was not the masked man. And then he talked about Lord Ken and Birch, who are the tag team champions right now. While, all these guys just watching NXT on their mom's couch and whatnot. Pat went on to talk about, the fans. They're going to feel the pain when they beat the hell out of the Undisputed Era this Sunday and knock the shit out of them, basically saying he has badasses with them, and we're going to destroy them this Sunday. Even Pete Dunne had said the Undisputed Era will end this Sunday. So, once again, another great promo by Pat McAfee as usual. Like I said, basically one of the best heels in this company right now, which is really funny that he came from somewhere else, and he's just been fantastic on the microphone. So, once again, he's killing it out there. Next, okay, how do I describe this? Whatever this stuff with Zia Lee and Boa, what are they doing? Like this Vietnam, it's like the water torture thing, and they start saying again a lot and putting their heads in the water, hitting them with kendo sticks. I have no idea. I still think this is some type of Chinese triad type of shit right here, or I gotta know where this is going. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on. I just know it's like some type of water torture type of thing. So I don't really know what the fuck going on with this. I don't. And I don't even know if it'll work. This is some shit you probably would see in Lucha Underground. Yeah, you know what? You probably would see this in Lucha Underground. I'm going to assume that. Because I don't know what the fuck that is. Everrise. Yeah, they were in the ring, and I guess they're going against, Gibson and Drake, the Grizzled Young Vets, until Imperium came in. They beat up the Discount Young Bucks, threw them out, and said they were the best tag team around. I didn't know Imperium was still around, but they said they are the best tag team, and they're going to put GYD, GYV in their place and whatnot. Basically, we had a match between the Grizzled Young Veterans and Imperium, which was something you probably would see out of an NXT UK show, which was a very good match, and it ended up with Everrise attacking both of them. Teams would end up with a DQ or no contest. Everrise just started saying Everrise rules and whatnot as both teams got up, basically staring a hole in them. Looked like they were about to come after them. They end up running to a car, and they says Everrise rules. That's all you need to know. You just gotta taste Everrise rules. Well, yeah, they're going to get killed by next week. So they are trying to build up the tag team division. They really are trying. I'll say that. Bringing the Grizzly Young Veterans was a good idea. And Imperium back. Hopefully something goes, because the tag team division has been dead in AEW. AEW, fuck that. I mean NXT, man, I fucked up saying that. Next, though, Timothy Thatcher, another lesson Thatcher's Thatch can, as he wanted to talk about distractions, and when he turned around, Tommaso Ciampa was in the ring. Thatcher says, listen, I don't want any trouble. I have no problem with you. Thatcher tried to attack Ciampa, but Ciampa took him down. And then he says, lesson 1. Don't be an ass. But then next thing you know, one of the students in the ring attacked Ciampa. Thatcher attacked from behind. Thatcher ended up throwing Ciampa around the plexiglass floor, putting him into a guillotine and leaving him on the ground and whatnot. So he said, yeah, that looked like it was a setup and everything, all right? I didn't see that coming. And he wanted to congratulate the student for, taking some initiative out there. And, Ciampa's going to learn some respect this Sunday. So I guess we do have a match between Ciampa and Thatcher this Sunday at TakeOver. Next, main event time. Shotzi Blackheart versus Raquel Gonzalez in a ladder match to see who's going to get the advance of War Games. I said this last week. If we have a War Games match coming out, especially this is a go-home show, and all these people are going to be in a cage, damn, they're killing themselves with weapons and whatnot, what's the point of doing a ladder match before a big-ass cage match, which I have no idea where they're doing this War Games show at, because like I said before, you're not going to fit 2 cages in the damn performance center unless they find a way to do it. I don't know. I still think it's going to be at the Thunderdome, or B, it's going to be in some location we do not know about, and I'm sure they will try to make that shit look good as possible, okay? But the ladder match itself, it wasn't bad. It's not as great as last week's, okay? Pete Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly, that was some pay-per-view level shit they did last week, okay? This week, it was a good match. Like I said, it wasn't as great as last week's ladder match, but it was good. No, basically both teams ended up coming to the ringside once both Blackheart and Gonzalez was down. Indy Hartwell like she was about to climb it, but Shotzi stopped her. Gonzalez had went back up the ladder. Io Shirai ended up springboarding onto Raquel, taking her down. Shotzi ended up getting the briefcase in, as Shotzi's team has now been fully assembled of Rhea Ripley, Ember Moon, and Io Shirai. Come on, we all knew Io Shirai was going to be part of the team anyway. I said it last week. All those people I said that got attacked, they were all going to be part of the team for this Sunday. So that is Shotzi's team there, folks. So I think we all saw that coming. Overall, solid episode of NXT. Basically, a very good go-home show and whatnot. Just to hype up War Games, just from both War Games matches, the triple threat match this Sunday, the Loomis and Dexter thing, Ciampa and Thatcher and whatnot. Cruiserweight division is still dead. The tag team division is trying to get up there. Yeah, that's all I can really say. And a very good video package on Pat Patterson. So, like I said, solid stuff from NXT tonight. Before War Games. So we will see what happens this Sunday at War Games. I'm sure it's going to be a lot to talk about. So, where will War Games be at? I have no freaking clue. But I guess we're just going to have to find out. So, other than that, I'm out of here. We'll see you this Sunday for War Games. Peace! War Games! I just like saying that because Regal says it.